So now I want to speak about the core of a presentation. Now, when people are asked to make a presentation, often the question they ask themselves is, what do I want to say? Great, I have this opportunity, I'm making a presentation at this conference, what do I want to say? That is not the question you need to ask yourself. That's the wrong question. The right question is, what problem does my audience have, and what is my solution? What do I want to say is egotistical. You're thinking about yourself. If you have a great idea and you're egotistical, write a book. If you're going to give a presentation, you have to become people-centered and think about the people. Presentations are about you. I want to solve your problems. I asked you what your problems are. It's all about answering your questions and solving your problems. It's not about, look how much I know about presentations. That will bore you. Okay? So this is the question to ask when you have a presentation. And that means you need to think about your public and who they are and what keeps them awake at night. Particularly when they're not researchers like you, when they're business people. Okay? So, let me tell you a story. A couple of years ago, I got a call from a guy who was a manager of a factory in Barcelona. And a big factory, German-owned factory, and he called me on a Wednesday evening and he said he needed help to make a presentation on Friday to the bosses from Germany. They were coming to visit him, and so we had Thursday to work. So there was nothing, I had to go there the next morning. And I remember I went to the factory and the workers were on strike, so I had to pass through the people were picketing outside, and I went into his office and he was alone in there. And we started work, so he told me that the bosses, the big bosses, were coming from Germany and he needed to make a presentation to them. So we started working in the morning, and in the morning I asked him about his presentation, what's it about, and he said, I want to describe what my factory does to the bosses. Okay? Now, that covers everything. That covers, we spent all morning working on the finances, the product, the human resources. That's too big a question to cover in a presentation. So by lunchtime, I was saying, this is too big. Why do you want to tell the bosses about what your factory does? And he said, because it does good quality work and makes a profit. Okay, so he wants to tell them because it does good quality work and makes a profit. That narrows it down. Now I don't need to speak about human resources, I don't need to speak about materials, I need to speak about the quality of the product and the profits. So it narrows it down. And then we worked on that, but still that was such a huge area. And by the evening time, we weren't getting much further. So then I thought, why do you want to tell them? Why do you want to tell the big bosses from Germany that your factory does good quality work and makes a profit? And he said, it's because they're coming because they want to close the factory. Now, this wasn't a secret. He wasn't nervous about telling me. He thought I knew. He showed me his presentation in the morning, we worked on it, he showed it again in the lunchtime. My point is this: he thought that it was absolutely obviously clear what the point of his presentation was, so the factory would stay open. I didn't know until the end of a whole day working with him, because he just didn't come straight out and say it. So presentations are about being really obvious. You need to tell the audience exactly why you're making the presentation. There's none of this interpretation, okay? It's not like Hollywood movies. You're not trying to make the audience think. You're trying to tell them what they need to know. So, we had the big question. The big question is, why should this factory stay open? And then we have a core argument, which is a response to the big question. My factory does quality work and makes a regular profit. And then we had a call to action. You should keep my factory open. Okay? And this, for me, is the core of every presentation. You have a big question that the audience is really worried about, it really affects them. You have a core argument which answers that question, and it's an argument, it's your opinion. And then you have a call to action, which is an action they should take. Okay? So let's look at these in a little bit more detail. Again, it's like a core, so you have the proton, the neutron, the electron, and we have a big question, the core argument, which always go together, and we have the call to action. Okay?